I'm here at Island Shangri-La for the buffet. I was here about 2 years ago during COVID, and I'm going to try it out today again and see how it is. So this is the entrance. We're just coming in through. It's a little bit quieter right now because it's a little bit later in the day. So we've got a nice selection here. We've got some clams. I think this is kind of a spiny type, almost a langoustine. I thought it was a little bit powdery. They've got this kind of weird type of crab, but unfortunately there's not a lot of meat in this. We've got some mussels. The abalone is actually really good, and I'm not sure why people don't actually like cold abalone, but it's actually quite nice. They have a great selection of sashimi. So they have sweet shrimp, they have octopus, they have salmon, they have hamachi, and they actually have two types of tuna. So they have toro and they have bluefin. But for some reason, the people in Hong Kong don't recognize bluefin, and they're actually just eating toro, which is kind of funny. So they have little conch. This is a little bit difficult to get out. They have the scraps, but I don't think they're in season. As you can see, there's not a lot of meat on them. We have the shrimp. I didn't have these. And then they also have mussels. This is the Typhoon Shelter prawns. I'll just lift it up for you. It looks pretty nice. They have some dim sum. Pass on that. Some lobster here. And scallops. This roasted German sausage. I heard the prime rib is actually pretty good. Cream of carrot soup. They've got the fried duck breast. So let's take a look at that. That actually looks quite tasty. Then they've got gnocchi with cream. The roasted lamb leg. Let's try that. See that? Actually, everything looks quite good. The only knock I have on this is basically they do have quite a lot of people today. The barbecue pork and the roast duck. Then we come to a kind of a noodle station. So I guess you can just make your own noodles here. It's kind of neat. And then a little bit of different stuff here. Let's go around the corner here and see what they have here. They have a pickled fish with the baked oysters. I don't know about that. This is the braised pork belly. They have a little bit of tempura, but I don't think it looks great. And then we go to this. This is the stewed fish maw with green vegetables, and then a selection of other things here. I'd say their seafood selection is a little bit better than their hot food selection. It's kind of neat. They're making the waffle station. So they've got condensed milk and peanut butter on you. This is their dessert selection. Light, but still looks good. A lot of variations and things. Little desserts. And then we have a dessert. We have an ice cream station. Here are some other videos. This is from Cafe 2. And I think this was the Father's Day dinner. And it was, I think, about $880 Hong Kong, which was, I think, a very good price. They included a lot of drinks. They had some orange juice and some other stuff. You could buy a drink package also, but it's not necessary. They had like iced tea and different types of water. So I don't think it was a big problem, like juices. I thought it was quite sufficient. You can compare and contrast to the wonderful New Year's Eve dinner that I had at Cafe 2, which I'll put at the end of of this video. That was a lot better. Maybe it was a bit more expensive. Also the season, I think a lot of seafood was in season in December, whereas now this is in June, and so it's not as seasonal. So I was complaining about the crabs a little bit in terms of how small they were, but the manager told me that it was more to do with just the season. I think service was friendly. It's probably not as knowledgeable as I'd like, but we can expect with a cafe. People were friendly and they were efficient. Having said that, it was much busier than New Year's Eve for some reason. I don't know if they just took in more people or what happened, but also people tended to clear out quite quickly. So our reservation was for 6:30. By 8:30, no one was around anymore, and there was no time limit. So for me, some of the impressive items here were it was the lobster, the baked lobsters. That was very nice that you saw. At first, they said it was only one per person, but at the end of the night, you could just take as many as you like. And the sashimi selection was incredible also, and again, it was very plentiful. There was someone to serve you both the lobster at the beginning and also the sashimi all night long, but they were very good about it. They were putting on a lot of sashimi for you each time you came out. So I thought it was a really well done buffet. This is the lobster and scallop that they served, and also I took a typhoon a prawn also on this one. But at first, when it was busy, they would just serve you each one scallop and with vermicelli, and then one cooked half lobster. They were actually quite nice, and people were taking advantage of that. The other things that I really enjoyed in this buffet compared to the New Year's Eve buffet I had 2 years ago was the abalone, the cold abalone. I thought that was plentiful, and I didn't see people eat that much of it, so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the sashimi, and again, the highlight of this is really their seafood. I think it's really strong. They do have hot dishes, but I don't think it's strong. They have prime rib, they have lamb, they have barbecue pork, but I don't think it's as strong. And I thought it was even stronger at the for New Year's Eve buffet when they had like beef Wellington, they had baked oysters. But all in all, I still thought it was a good buffet, and I would recommend it. The price is right, and I think the service is pretty decent. It is just a little bit overcrowded when you get there, but because there's no time limit, just check that. You can take your time, and as you get to the later part of the night, there is not as many people. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Until next time, happy eating.